Hello students, welcome back to the third video of the chapter Life Processes. In this video, we are going to start with the topic that is respiration. Respiration. It is the process that involves taking in oxygen into the cells, and by the burning of food it releases out energy, thereby eliminating the waste products in the form of carbon dioxide from the body. This process of release of energy from the cells is known as respiration. The equation for respiration is food in the presence of oxygen produces carbon dioxide and energy in the form of ATP. Food means glucose C6H12O6 in the presence of oxygen leads to the formation of 6 molecules of carbon dioxide and 12 molecules of water with the liberation of energy in the form of ATPs. Now the question arises why the process of respiration is an essential for life. The process of respiration is essential for life because it provides energy to cells so that they can carry out the processes that are required for the organism to be alive. So it is very important process because without which the cells present in our body will not get energy for its propagation. The process of respiration involves two steps. One is breathing and another is cellular respiration. Breathing and respiration are both different from each other. You always make it a confusion that respiration and breathing are the same things. No, they are totally different from each other. Breathing is intake of oxygen from the atmosphere and release of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. That is, breathing involves only the gaseous exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen. On the other hand, respiration is the breakdown of the food in order to release energy inside the cell. So, to produce energy, the process of respiration is carried out, not the breathing. Therefore, breathing is a process where inhalation of oxygen takes place and exhalation of carbon dioxide takes place. So, oxygen is inhaled with the help of nostril. Then the oxygen is passed on to nasal passage through which it enters into the windpipe. In the windpipe, the windpipe is also known as trachea. To the windpipe, it enters into the lungs or the alveoli sacs where they are entrapped and blood enters into the blood. After that, that blood from with the cytoplasm enters into heart where where the oxygenation process occurs, and deoxygenated blood is containing the carbon dioxide is again returned out through the alveoli sacs of the lungs to windpipe, that is trachea, then nasal passage, then nostril, and carbon dioxide is exhaled out into the atmosphere. So this is the process of breathing where oxygen is inhaled by the nostril and carbon dioxide is exhaled out and enters into the atmosphere. So this process of breathing is entirely different with respect to respiration. Now let us have a look on the difference between breathing and respiration. Breathing is a simple exchange of gases, that is taking of oxygen and giving out or exhaling out carbon dioxide. On the other hand, respiration is the intake of oxygen with which oxidation of food is done, thereby releasing carbon dioxide. Breathing is an entire physical process. On the other hand, respiration is a biochemical process. In breathing, there is no energy production, whereas there is an energy production in respiration process. In case of breathing, there are no enzymes involved. On the other hand, respiration results in the involvement of enzymes. It is not a cellular process, or we can say acellular process, but it occurs in the cells, so it is called as a cellular process. Before starting with the types of cellular respiration, let's have a look on the structure of respiratory system. In the respiratory system, the organs that are involved are nose or mouth. This organ is going to warm, moisten or filters the inhaled air. If any dust particles or microorganisms are present in the air molecules, then it will be filtered out in the nose with the help of the hairs. After that, food and air together passes to trachea. Next is voice box or larynx. It is the organ where the vocal cords are located that helps us to talk or to produce the voice. Next is trachea or windpipe. It is a structure to keep the airway open, and it is lined with the cilia in order to filter the air. After that, there is bronchioles present here or bronchia. It is the two branch of each lung. Lung Lungs have the bronchioles, the small branches of bronchi, and the alveoli, where the exchange of gases occurs in the small air sacs. After that, diaphragms are present that moves up and down during the process of uh, breathing, and it contains the muscles at the base of the rib cage that helps to fill the lungs with air. So this is the process of inhalation and exhalation, where when the air moves in, the diaphragm relaxes and ribs moves out. On the other hand, during the process of inhalation, when the air moves out, the diaphragm moves up. That means the contraction occurs and the ribs moves in. Respiration are of two types, aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. This we will be doing in the next slide too. I'm just giving you a small brief that aerobic respiration is a respiration that takes place in the presence of air. That is why it is called as aerobic. On the other hand, anaerobic respiration is the respiration that takes place in the absence of oxygen. So, the glucose that is formed in the cytoplasm, this is converted into pyruvate with the help of a cycle known as glycolysis. Then this pyruvate in the absence of oxygen in yeast results into the formation of ethanol, carbon dioxide and energy. And in humans, the lack of oxygen, that is anaerobic respiration in our muscle cells, this pyruvate is converted into lactic acid and energy. And when the oxygen is present, then the glucose is converted to pyruvate with the help of process known as glycolysis, and it is converted to carbon dioxide, water and ATP. So in case of yeast, glucose is converted to ethanol. In humans, in the absence of oxygen, it is converted to lactic acid. It is the acid which is produced at the time of excessive exercise that we do, and we got the cramps in our muscle cells. The cramps are occurred due to the accumulation of this lactic acid. That is why we got the cramps. And in the presence of oxygen, the glucose will be converted into carbon dioxide. So this is the three-way pathways for which glucose is breakdown. If glucose is broken down, then these three pathways are taken off and the three molecules are produced accordingly. Now let us see about the difference between aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Difference between aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. As we have already discussed, aerobic respiration is a respiration in which oxygen is used or involved. On the other hand, anaerobic respiration takes place without oxygen. In aerobic respiration, food is completely broken down into carbon dioxide and water with the help of oxidation reaction. Whereas in anaerobic respiration, food is broken down into ethanol and it is the partial breakdown of glucose, and it occurs in the organisms like yeast. In aerobic respiration, there is a considerable amount of energy that is formed in the form of ATP. Whereas in anaerobic respiration, there is production of very less energy and is stored in the form of ATP. And the equation for aerobic respiration is glucose is converted to pyruvate with the release of 32 ATP molecules, and carbon dioxide and water molecules are produced. It occurs in mitochondria. On the other hand, glucose in cytoplasm is converted to pyruvate and results into the formation of ethanol, carbon dioxide and ATP molecules, and this process occurs in cytoplasm. With this, we finishes off respiration. In the next video, we are going to start with the transportation. Hope you have understand all the concepts behind the respiration and breathing. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and share the videos and comment upon the videos. Subscribe the channel. Thank you so much.